Okay, so this is a commentary on the student's Anthony Cirone solo number 3 in his Portrait and Rhythms book. So let's just kind of tear this apart one line at a time. I think there's probably something to talk about on every line, so we'll just treat it that way. Okay, so let's. First thing I should address is you should play this match grip. The reason why you should play this match grip is because this is a concert style snare drum solo, and anywhere you're performing this, they would expect you to play it match grip because that kind of goes along with the style, but probably more so the culture because it's somewhat taboo in the orchestral snare drum world for people to play traditional grip. Just for your information. So, and it really doesn't affect the sound too much if you're playing it match grip or traditional grip, but they're going to expect that you're playing it match grip. So anything that's a concert style piece, play it match grip because it isn't just about playing the piece a certain way. It's, it kind of leaves the person an impression of what your background is. So if you walk in playing like marching snare drum style, with a traditional grip, they're going to think, oh, this guy's a core head. He doesn't know anything about orchestral percussion. That's typically what you're going to run into, and it's unfortunate, but that's the way a lot of these percussion cultures are. So play a match grip. Okay, right there, like in the second measure, rhythm problem. What you're tending to do is you have this rhythm actually 3 times in a row between those 2 measures, and what you're doing is leaving out a couple of them. Play just that opening there. Okay, that was a ton better. Part of the problem is you may not be counting. Are you counting? I mean, let's be honest.
That time I did.
You were
the
that
second
time.
time.
The second time?
The first time
when you played it the first time,
it was an afterthought, right?
Yeah, you were not counting, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so definitely you need to count this stuff out so you're making sure that you're playing what you're supposed to be playing. Okay, so play the entire first line now, so 3 measures. Good. All right, I think you did great on that. You have lots of dynamic contrast. Your forte is a forte, your piano is a piano. What that really means is your loud is definitely very different than your soft, and that's what you're looking for in a piece like this. None of the rhythms here are too difficult, but so it's not really about the rhythm's difficulty level as much as it's kind of like a call and a response thing. You got something saying one thing. And then something else responding. And I liked your sticking choice. You're doing a lot of right hand lead alternating sticking, and that's what I would do. Okay, so that's great. Okay, let's look at the second line. Let's play that. Second line. Okay, pretty good on this. I would almost say when you get to the forzando that you play that even a little louder than you did. Almost like an accent. And then your third measure, you had a little bit of a rhythm problem. Is what that should be. You're kind of playing it like this. So it sounds like you're actually adding a note. So play that. Good. And I also want to draw attention to from that sforzando, you're going to decrescendo all the way to a double piano there. So that should be softer than your first piano. Keep that in mind. So you're looking for even more contrast here. So play this line again at the sforzando, play that a little louder, and then when you decrescendo, get down to even a quieter pianissimo. Much better, much better. Okay, great. Let's look at the third line. Just play the third line. So keep in mind you're going to end that segment on a double forte in the next line, so you need to get a little louder with that crescendo. Let's look at the first measure. Play that. Okay, so let's talk about those drags. You're using a right, right, left, right sticking on the drag. Okay, and I'm not saying that's good or bad, but why are you choosing that sticking?
I guess I prefer. I like that more than left, left, left sticking, and or the singles. I thought I like that one better.
Okay, now why do right, right, left, right as opposed to right, left, left, right? Or whatever it is. And what you're doing is this. Or, I don't know why I was playing that wrong. Anyway, so we're talking about the drag zone. Okay, so you're doing a right, right, left, right. I'm a big fan actually of the right, left, left, right sticking. And the reason why I like that one is it gives you time
to pull the accent
out of that right hand. Right, left, left, right. A lot of people will do it right, right, left, right. And it gives you a little bit of time to get that accent out. But I prefer the right, left, left, right. I feel like it's a little easier to make it happen. The problem is with the right, left, left, right is if you're a right-handed player, sometimes the left hand is hard to play out and get two clear notes out of it. So the right, right, left, right is sometimes another option people would choose because they can play a double note with their right hand, usually easier than their left hand. So anyway, that's fine. You can do the right, right, left if you want to. I was just bringing that out because you should always have a reason for why you're doing the sticking you're doing, especially if you're in like an audition situation. Where they might ask you questions after you play, or like a judging situation or a competition, they may ask you questions like that. Okay, why are you using the sticking? You should always have a reason for it. So know why you're choosing it. Don't just say, oh, because it's easier. Well, like, know why it's easier. Okay, play that measure one more time.
Your way?
The way that you would like to play it. The way that you feel like you can play it the best.
Okay.
Okay. Be careful of that. Don't do it this way. Because that makes it sound like a drag again. Even though you're singling it. So don't make it too swift. And I also noticed in the second measure of this line, you were doing this. You're kind of playing those 30-second notes a little quick. Making them sound like 64th notes. But they should sound like that. Got it?
That measure?
Yeah. Okay, here's what I like to do with measures like this. You got some kooky rhythms going on in here, very small notes. And what we're going to do is we're going to say that each beat is actually going to be like 2 beats. So you got 1, 2, and a 1 would be like the first beat. 1, 2, and a 1. 2, and a 1. Play that. Okay, and then like the second beat would be, if you split that up into 2 beats, 1, a 2, and a 1. So now on this whole measure you got 1, 2, 1, 2, and a 1, a 2, and a 1. So this is a way you can start figuring it out, like these smaller notes that are sometimes harder to read and count. You can make them more accurate by kind of sort of subdividing it. We don't really have a good counting system for 30-second notes, so what we can do is like almost like
pretend they're 16th notes.
Yeah.
In like
yeah.
8/4.
Yeah. And so that last beat would be 1 and a 1. So. Okay, try that.